Hello students, so here your subject financial accounting. As you know that this chapter name theoretical framework of accounting. In my previous video where I have given the explanation about meaning of accounting, then definition of accounting, then functions of accounting and objectives of accounting. These 4 points I have given explanation in my previous video. So today here I am going to explain these 4 points, that is advantages of accounting, limitations of accounting, branches of accounting, cash and accrual basis. All these 4 points today I am going to explain here. Okay. The students, here you see the advantages of accounting. Okay, the first point, that is given financial information about business, then assistance to management, replaces memory, facilitates comparative study, facilitates settlements of tax liabilities. Then point number 6, facilitates loan, evidence in court, facilitates sale of business. Students, some of the advantages of accounting are maintenance of business records, preparation of financial statements, comparison of results, decision making, evidence in legal matters. So let us discuss the advantages and disadvantages also of accounting. The first of all, we'll discuss about advantages of accounting. The first point here given financial information about business. Right? That means what? Financial performance. Performance means profit or loss. During accounting period, that is profit or loss, and also the financial position, that is balance sheet. At the end of the accounting period is known only through accounting. So this is the first point. Second point, assistance to management. The management makes business plan, takes decision and exercise control over the affairs on the basis of accounting information. Then point number 3, replaces memory. Students, human memory has a limited capacity to store every business transactions in mind. Therefore, the need arises here to record every transactions in different books of account. A systematic and timely recording of transactions replaces the necessity to remember the transactions. The accounting records provides the necessary information. Okay. Then point number 4, facilitates comparative study. The comparison helps in identifying the weakness and strength of the business. How? A systematic records enables a businessman to compare 1 year result with those of other and locate significant factors leading to the change, if any. The comparison helps in identifying the weakness and strength of the business. Then point number 5, facilitates settlement of tax liabilities. The business is required to pay income tax to the government, right? So, a systematic accounting record immensely helps settlement of income tax and GST, that is goods and service tax liabilities, since it is a good evidence of the correctness of transaction. Okay, so this is about point number 5. Then point number 6, facilitates loan. The loan is granted by the banks and financial institutions on the basis of growth potential, which is supported by the performance. So this is about point number 6. Then point number 7, evidence in court. Evidence in court. Systematic record of transactions is often accepted by the courts as good evidence. Okay. Then point number 8, facilitates sale of business. if someone desire to sell his business, the accounts maintained by him will enable the ascertainment of the proper purchase price. Or you can say, if a running business is to be sold or purchased, it is essential to ascertain the value of business. Accounting helps in the calculation of this amount. So I hope you understood about the advantages of accounting, right? So this is now advantages I have explained. Now I'm going to explain the limitations of accounting. Okay. The student, limitations of accounting. That is the disadvantages of accounting. First point, recording only monetary items. Monetary means in the terms of money. Okay. So accounting records, right? Accounting records only those transactions and events which can be measured in terms of money, right? So qualitative elements are ignored. Example, number of honest employees. Okay. Then second point, time value of money. What does it mean? The value of money always changes due to inflation. So under existing accounting system, accounts are maintained considering historical cost, right? Ignoring current change value. As a result, the accounts maintained fail to exhibit the exact financial position of a concern. Okay, so this is about point number 2. Then point number 3, recommendation of alternative methods. So there exists an application of alternative methods in determining depreciation of assets and valuation of stock, etc. Information is misleading if an alternative method is used to achieve a particular object. Okay. Now next, point number 4, accounting is not fully exact. What does it mean? See students, although most of the transactions are recorded on the basis of evidence such as sale or purchase or receipt of cash, yet some estimates are also made for ascertaining profit or loss. Example, providing for doubtful debts. Okay. Now the last point, the limitations of accounting, that is, accounting may lead to window dressing. Window dressing. Window dressing means what? Window dressing, manipulation of accounts in a way so as to conceal vital facts. Thus, income statement fails to provide a true and fair view of financial information of business. Window dressing means, that is manipulation. Manipulation means जो अकाउंटिंग इंफॉर्मेशन अपनी तरीका से रिप्रेजेंट करना, ठीक है ना? अकाउंटिंग इंफॉर्मेशन को अपने तरीके से रिप्रेजेंट करना. जैसे मान लो तुमको बिजनेस से बैंक से लोन लेना है, तो बैंक सबसे पहले तुम्हारा फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट चेक करेगा, राइट? तो बैंक तभी तुमको लोन देगा जब तुम प्रॉफिट कमा रहा है, ठीक है? लेकिन तुम्हारा बिजनेस लॉस में चल रहा है और तुमने कुछ मैनिपुलेट करके लॉस को प्रॉफिट बना दिया और वो प्रेजेंट कर दिया बैंक के सामने, और बैंक तुमको लोन दे दिया, ठीक है ना? तो इसे मैनिपुलेशन कहा जाता है, इसे विंडो ड्रेसिंग कहा जाता है. ओके, तो दिस इज अबाउट द लिमिटेशंस ऑफ अकाउंटिंग. द स्टूडेंट, नाउ नेक्स्ट पॉइंट, ब्रांचेस ऑफ अकाउंटिंग. See, all these things you already learned in class 11. That's why I am giving here explanation little bit in shortcut. Okay, so you try to understand branches of accounting. There are three types of branches of accounting. One is financial accounting, another one is cost accounting, then third one is management accounting. फाइनेंशियल अकाउंटिंग जो है ये आप क्लास 11 में, 12 में और अब बीकॉम फर्स्ट सेम में और सेकंड सेम में जो अकाउंटिंग सीखने वाले हो फाइनेंशियल अकाउंटिंग है जो सीख रहे हो, ठीक है. कॉस्ट अकाउंटिंग थर्ड सेम या फोर्थ सेम में जाके मिलेगा ऑनर्स वाला को, या पास कोर्स को भी मिलेगा, ऑनर्स वाला को भी मिलेगा. मैनेजमेंट अकाउंटिंग ये ऑनर्स वाला को मिलेगा, ठीक है. मैनेजमेंट अकाउंटिंग फिफ्थ सेम में जाके मिलेगा ऑनर्स में, ठीक है. तो आई विल टॉक अबाउट द ब्रांचेस ऑफ अकाउंटिंग. Okay, there are different types of people or organizations interested in the accounting information of various business organizations. So different requirements of different people and organization. So three branches of accounting have been developed. Okay, first is financial accounting. Financial accounting, you know that, is the process of identifying, recording, measuring, classifying, summarizing, interpreting, analyzing and communicating, right? Communicating to accounting transactions of business organization. It is the original form of accounting. The main objective, what is the main objective of financial accounting or accounting? The main objective of financial accounting is to make the financial information of the business available to outsiders like creditors, customers, banks, financial institutions, investors, etc. Okay? The purpose of financial accounting is to maintain systematic records for the ascertainment of the financial performance, that is profit and loss account, and the financial position of a business, that is balance sheet, and communicate the same to the various interested parties. This information is presented in the form of profit and loss account and balance sheet, which show the performance of the business during the specified period. So this is about financial accounting. Second is cost accounting. Cost accounting main purpose to find out cost of product. Okay, the cost accounting is a process to control the cost of product. The purpose of this branch of accounting is to determine the cost, control the cost, and to communicate the cost related information to the various departments in order to make decision and take corrective actions. So this is about cost accounting. This cost accounting you will get in third and fourth sem. Okay, one for honors, one for will be pass course. And now next is management accounting that you will get in fifth sem for the honors students. So what is meant by management accounting? Management accounting is used by top management to make business decision. Okay, it is essential for the top management to perform the various management functions. It covers various areas like cost accounting, budgetary control, inventory control, statistical methods, internal business, internal auditing, etc. Management accounting also facilitates the management in assessing the impact of the business decision made and actions taken by them in the past. तो कॉस्ट अकाउंटिंग और मैनेजमेंट अकाउंटिंग ये दो अकाउंटिंग आप लोग बाद में जाके डिटेल में सीखोगे, बट नाउ वी आर डूइंग व्हाट, फाइनेंशियल अकाउंटिंग. ओके, तो दिस इज अबाउट द ब्रांचेस ऑफ अकाउंटिंग. Got it? So now we'll talk about the cash basis and accrual basis. This is also you already learned in class 11, right? तो कैश बेसिस मीन्स व्हाट, जो कैश में ट्रांजैक्शन हो रहा है, ठीक है, कितना कैश रिसीव हुआ, कितना कैश पे किया, दिस थिंग्स यू हैव टू रिकॉर्ड. रेवेन्यू व्हेन कैश इज रिसीव, expenses when cash is paid, then you have to record. यहां में credit transactions are not recorded according to this cash basis. यहां में क्रेडिट ट्रांजेक्शन को रिकॉर्ड नहीं किया जाएगा, सिर्फ कैश ट्रांजेक्शन को ही रिकॉर्ड होगा. ठीक है, जैसा एग्जांपल लाइक रिसीव एंड पेमेंट अकाउंट. तो रिसीव एंड पेमेंट अकाउंट में हम लोग जितना कैश रिसीव करते हैं उसको रिकॉर्ड किया जाता है, कितना कैश पे करेगा उसको रिकॉर्ड किया जाता है. दैट इज अबाउट द कैश बेसिस. तो ऑल द ट्रांजेक्शंस ऑफ बिजनेस व्हिच टेक प्लेस इन कैश आर कॉल्ड कैश ट्रांजेक्शंस. तो कैश बेसिस रिलेटेड टू कैश ट्रांजेक्शंस. In cash basis of accounting, only cash transactions are recorded. So this is a very popular form of accounting. In this method, an expense is recorded only when it is actually paid in cash. Similarly, revenue, that is income are recorded when they are earned. Okay? Similarly, income is booked only when it is actually received in cash. The specific reason of the cash inflow or cash outflow is recorded with every transaction. कितना कैश इनफ्लो हुआ, कितना कैश आउटफ्लो हुआ, उसको रिकॉर्ड कर दिया. कितना कैश तुमने रिसीव किया, कितना कैश पे किया, उसको रिकॉर्ड कर दिया. कोई भी क्रेडिट ट्रांजेक्शन यहाँ में रिकॉर्ड नहीं होगा. Example like also outstanding expenses, prepaid expenses, इसका बाद है accrued income, income received in advance. All these transactions are not to be recorded on this cash basis. Okay? तो कैश बेसिस का मतलब सबको समझ में आ गया. वेरी सिंपल. नाउ नेक्स्ट पॉइंट इज एक्रूल बेसिस. बिजनेस में ज्यादातर यही चलता है, एक्रूल बेसिस. Okay, so try to understand what is mean by accrual basis. What is written here? Accrual basis records revenue, okay, revenue records and expenses records. ठीक है, when income is earned. Okay, next point is about expenses. When they are incurred, whether they are paid or not. Companies Act 2013 requires कंपनीज टू फॉलो एक्रूल बेसिस. तो कंपनी एक्ट 2013 जो है वो एक्रूल बेसिस को फॉलो करता है. ओके, एग्जांपल लाइक गुड्स सोल्ड ऑन क्रेडिट ऑन 31 दिसंबर. तो जो गुड्स है उसको सेल किया गया है क्रेडिट में 31 दिसंबर को, बट कैश रिसीव ऑन 25 अप्रैल. लेकिन कैश अप्रैल में रिसीव हुआ 25 में. ओके, तो नाउ फ्रॉम दिस एग्जांपल्स यू कैन आइडेंटिफाई कैश बेसिस 25 अप्रैल. तो 25 अप्रैल को कैश रिसीव हुआ, दैट इज द कैश बेसिस. सेकेंड, गुड्स यू सोल्ड ऑन क्रेडिट, दैट इज 31 दिसंबर, दैट इज द एक्रूल बेसिस. तो एक्रूल बेसिस कहता क्या है? एक्रूल बेसिस ये कहता है कि जिस ईयर का इनकम है, चाहे वो इनकम तुमने रिसीव किया या नहीं किया, उसको रिकॉर्ड करो, उसी ईयर में दिखाओ जिस ईयर को इनकम है. इसी तरह एक्सपेंसेस जो है, वो एक्सपेंसेस अगर उसी ईयर का है, जो एक्सपेंसेस तुमने पे किया या नहीं किया, तुमने एक्सपेंसेस किया या नहीं किया, वेदर यू पेड और नॉट, चाहे तुम खर्चा किया हो या ना किया हो, लेकिन अगर वो खर्चा उसी ईयर का है तो फिर उसी ईयर में उसको रिकॉर्ड करो. ये एक्रूल बेसिस कहता है. दैट मीन्स व्हाट? बोथ cash and credit transactions are recorded in this system of accounting. In the accrual basis of accounting, transactions are recorded as and when they occur. Incomes are recorded when they are earned, irrespective of whether the cash has been received or not. Similarly, expenses are recorded when they become payable, irrespective of whether they have been actually paid in cash or not. The accrual basis of accounting is also known as, you remember students, mercantile basis of accounting, mercantile, mercantile basis of accounting. So I hope you understood this cash basis and accrual basis. Okay, so thank you for today.